Oh.
Now we're going live. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris. This is Brazen, and this is General Shit, where we talk about general shit.
Oh yeah, brother.
Okay. Welcome to our first podcast. Hey, guys. Welcome to our first podcast. Why are you transcribing what I'm saying, Booney?
He's really getting you in there, brother. He's getting you in the
How did
zone.
he heard me say after I turned the stream off? Hey, what do I say?
Probably.
I appreciate that.
Wow, dude. He's doing it for free too. It's
That's
fucking
amazing. I
incredible.
appreciate you, Booney. Okay, so let's
You're an
talk about
incredible
some
person,
general
man.
shit. Brazen is on a random question generator, and he's gonna ask a few questions to get us started.
Here we go, buddy.
Uh,
If you won $1 million playing the lottery, what would you do?
that's a good question.
Do you want to start off, or do you want me to start off? Because I already have a general idea.
Oh, you can start if you have something.
Okay, I think that's not a good question. I think that if I won $1 million, the first thing I would do is pay to have like someone look over it, like show me a couple of like investment ideas. I would want to invest the majority of it, and then probably take the rest and either just finish off college, pay for like an apartment or something, buy
Okay.
like a cheap ass apartment while Benville's still kind of cheap or something,
Yeah.
and then just live off like the interest. If it's a lot, I don't know. It depends. I don't know how much interest you'd get monthly off of $1 million investment. Probably not that much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's smart. That's a good way to do things. I think I'd like first thing I'd do. First of all, I'd buy a house, just so I don't have to worry about it ever again. I'd buy a nice house, like something reasonable, $300,000 house maybe. And then I don't have a mortgage or anything. I've just got it covered. Then I'd buy like a shit ton of cocaine, like several. Just I have money. Just try it out. You know,
I was not expecting it to go that way.
have some fun. uh, just I have a lot of money. Might as well just blow some of it on some crazy shit. Uh, but just cocaine, I think. Uh, and then,
see,
uh huh.
like another reason why it'd be like smart to have a money investor look into it is that you might like blow all your fucking money on cocaine or something, but then you have no money for your monthly like utility bills or anything like that. If you have a
Well,
nice ass
yeah,
house, utility is gonna be high as shit.
yeah. No, I know. I'm not gonna spend all of my money on cocaine. Just a few $1,000s, I think. I don't know how much that gets you, but just enough to like, just
Quite a bit.
fucking party hard for a few days. Because I'm not gonna buy cocaine if I have no money. But if I have money, fuck it, I'm gonna try it out. And then, so with the leftover money, so let's say I've spent $300,000 on a house, a couple $1,000s on some cocaine. What do I have left? $698,000. That's a lot of money still. I'd go to school for sure. I'd go to a good college, get my engineering degree, uh, and then I would invest the rest of the money after probably a couple more $1,000s on cocaine. Um, is it taxed? This is $1 million after tax. I'm gonna make that rule
After
right
tax.
now.
Yeah, after tax.
After tax. So you get this whole $1 million. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I do. So I spend a few $1,000s on cocaine, buy a house. I already have a car. I'm good. I'd pay off the car. I'd pay off my car as well. Uh,
Yeah, I think if you had
hey,
anything to pay off, you should pay it off.
you know what? I'm not that responsible though. I wouldn't invest. My car is new. I bought
Yeah,
a
his
new
car's
car.
like brand new.
Um, I wouldn't invest all of it because that's not reasonable. I'd like to spend some of the money. I'd go. I'd save some of the money to go like out to eat a lot because I like to eat out. Just like have pocket money. The Corolla. I don't drive the Corolla. I would sell the Corolla and sell the BMW. Yeah. I would sell the Corolla, sell the BMW, buy myself like an M3 or something, a new BMW. Or maybe like a Maserati, because you can get a used Maserati for like 30K. And yeah, my parents are still paying their mortgage. Um, I buy a used Maserati, maybe, or an M3, I think, or something like that. And I'd buy my mom a new car. She wants a Jeep. I'd buy her a Jeep. Fuck it. I still got a lot of money left over. And then I would save some money as like pocket money just to like spend wisely. And then the rest I would invest in like some kind of shit that I can't access.
Okay, so it says you retire with $1 million and invest the total in a portfolio of fixed income investments at 6% and live off the interest. So you're getting 60,000 a year off of $1 million, plus Social Security and your pension if you're lucky. Then at death, you still leave behind the entire 1 million. So you'd get 60,000 a year without having to like work a job. And if
Yeah, I mean that's a good amount of money.
that's just like so you can that's just like 60,000 of extra income a year.
Yeah.
And you can still work a normal job because I feel like if I didn't have a job, I would probably get so fucking bored.
Well, if I didn't have a job, I would hope that I would do something that I want to do on the side, like I want to be an author. I would fucking write some shit.
Well, I mean, yeah. Like if I had $1 million and I was living off of 60,000 a year, I'd probably just travel the world because you can travel the world for like dirt fucking cheap once you get going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's another thing is some of the money that I would not invest, I would spend on travel. Cuz it like if I want to go to fucking Europe, I just got to pay for the tickets and everything else is dirt cheap. Once you're there, it's cheap. You just have to
I
get
feel
there.
like if I won 1 million, I wouldn't tell anyone. I'd invest it all, get a fixed income percentage yield back, like 5 or 6% probably. That's 50 or 60,000 like a year that I could just be like. I mean, I don't think I would spend it, like spend a lot of it, but I would definitely save most of it. That way, like after 2 years, it's like, damn, I have 120,000. I can like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy like a brand new car, 34,000. I'm gonna go travel fucking Thailand for 6 months. That's like probably like $6,000 or something, super cheap. I don't know. It's not
Yeah.
that expensive.
Yeah.
Um, you could literally like move to Thailand for a year, buy everything new, not sell it, and just give it all away, and still be fine at the end of the year.
Why not just like move to Thailand?
It's too much of a pain in the ass. All the visas and everything.
Okay. But I mean,
Unless you're retired or you have a job, getting like a permanent visa in any country is like fucking impossible. Or you have to be like stupid rich. It's not just like $1 million rich. You have to be like, I could literally live. I mean, I don't know. If I was getting 60,000 every single year, I'm sure I could be like, hey, this is my fixed income. This is not changing because it's an investment. I'm gonna get 60,000 a year, and 60,000 in Thailand is like that's a fucking shit ton.
yeah, that's a lot of money. I'd go to like
I'm
I
I'm
want
not
to
saying I
move.
want to move to Thailand. I don't actually want to move to Thailand. I'm just saying like if you wanted to be as dirt cheap as possible and save as much money, but live somewhere like else, somewhere where like there's a lot of English spoken, because if you're living in Bangkok or Chiang Mai or something, it's literally just like English. Like that's the main language. You don't need to know any Thai. You can get by with just English like 100% fine.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd probably be a good idea to learn learn Thailand, learn Thai anyway. uh, like I want to. I think I'd move to Europe to be honest. I don't know. Maybe not at first. I'd invest the money and like save up even more and get my degree. Probably. and then move. Uh, I want to move to like Switzerland, so I'd have to learn German or French. I don't like either of those languages, so but Switzerland's sick, so it'd be worth it. Tylish.
I mean, if you're getting $60,000 a year just doing nothing, I'm sure that you would pick up another skill to either get you paid like anywhere you go, or you would just like learn to live off of 60,000 a year. Because 60,000 a year is still that's still pretty fucking good.
If you're not paying for a house or a car, 60,000 a year you can live very comfortably on with like a nice house.
I mean, you could really just get like a really nice apartment for like 1,500 a month and still be
Yeah. Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to like, you could do that. If you don't want to like buy a house and like have it set, you could literally just rent for a long ass time on that and just go wherever you want. If you want to move, I guess.
That's probably what I would end up doing because I feel like I'd want to move around a lot. But at the same time, it's like it would be nice to just have a house. But I could do that, like live somewhere super cheap like Thailand for like 3 years, save up like 100,000+ as like a down payment on a house, and then 60,000 a year is still enough to pay for like mortgage, utilities, food, everything.
Yeah. If I got $1 million, I'd quit my current job, but I'd try to find something to do to still make money, get a nice ass apartment.
Yeah, getting a nice ass apartment would be nice, but like, and a like just an apartment, depending on where you are, it can be upwards of like $1 million just for like a shitty apartment.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to own it.
Move to like a war zone. Move to fucking the Gaza Strip.
And if you survive for 3 years, you have $180,000 to come back to, and you can buy a house.
Oh shit, that's thinking. Okay. Yeah, that's he's really thinking there. That's a good idea, Sleazy.
But I mean, honestly, like if you're gonna go that route, you could just get like a shitty, like a decent apartment. Like a decent apartment's like 500 a month, plus utilities. Let's say like max end, you're gonna be paying like 700 a month.
Yeah.
So 700 a month. That's fucking money.
That is money.
I'm too high to do this math. 700 times 12. $8,400 a year. That's $8,400 a year. That's really not that much.
$690 for your apartment in Phoenix. Do you have roommates? Sleazy's paying $690 for his apartment in Phoenix. Oh, it's just a little studio.
Phoenix too.
I would do it. Yeah, I'd live in a studio for sure. And I'd fucking, I'm really into interior design. I'd make that shit stylish as fuck. I'd be posting that shit on Reddit and getting so much fucking karma. I'd be the fucking god of interior design on Reddit, dude. They'd be like, "Holy shit, your little studio flat is dope as fuck, dude."
And if you're making that much money, I don't know. If you're spending that much money, $8,400, let's say on a studio apartment a year, let's say you spend an extra $15,000 doing whatever the fuck you want, like you're not an expensive person or something, then you're still having, 60, probably like 25,000 a year just savings.
Yeah.
Save up a couple years, get a down payment on a house.
I actually have like an amazing idea. So what you do is you get this $1 million and then you get into real estate. Okay. You get into real estate and you become a billionaire and then you run for the president of the United States. And all you needed was a small loan of $1 million. Yeah, this can be done. It's been shown.
Estate, though, I mean, I know you're just joking, but the thing about real estate is it's just too fucking shitty.
I'm not joking. Look at Trump, man. Small loan of $1 million. Look at him now, dude. He's the president of the United States.
I mean, you're not wrong. But...
And he's somewhere on the spectrum, and he's fucking doing it, dude. just got to know how to invest and how to talk to people, which I can't do. So that's not what I'm gonna do. But I don't know. Someone could do it. Who the fuck is Yang? Politics podcast? Maybe sometimes. I've moved away from politics a bit. I don't have as much knowledge anymore as I did like last year. I was really into it for a while, and then I was like, shit's too it's too fucked now. Can't even follow it anymore.
If you knew that you only had 1 year left to live, what would you do?
Shit. I wouldn't be able to do shit because I have no money, but I don't know. Sell my car and try to do some crazy shit. I'd probably try a bunch of drugs, to be honest. Because fuck it. I wouldn't try like meth and heroin because I wouldn't want to like make my last year shit. But I'd do like a bunch of psychedelics. I'd probably try cocaine, honestly. I would definitely go travel around Europe. Like, I'd go to Prague and I'd go to Paris. I would spend all my money and just I'd probably open a bunch of credit cards or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't care. And I just like make it so I have no money left by the time I die. And then I wouldn't die, and I'd just be in debt and it'd be sick as fuck. Be like, fuck, and then I'd kill myself or something. I don't know.
Alright, I mean, that's one way of doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'd do, I think.
How do you die? It doesn't say. You just die after a year. You have 1 year left to live.
You kill yourself.
Yeah, you kill yourself. You give yourself 1 year and you just do everything. You go out with a bang.
No, not slow and painful throughout the year. No. It's going to be enjoyable. Yeah. Well, not necessarily enjoyable. It depends what you want to do, but it's not going to be painful. So, Brazen, what would you do?
If I had 1 year left to live,
I'd go to Thailand.
No, if I had no money, if I had the money that I had right now, something that I've always wanted to do. I'd probably just like hitchhike places, just like hitchhike and do like random jobs and just like go along the U.S.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, there's places in the U.S. I'd want to go to. I want to go to Yosemite. I want to go to Yellowstone. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, hitchhike around Thailand and touch all the ladyboy penises.
That would be funny, but I mean, at the same time, I was gonna die anyway, so fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, fuck it.
As far as I'll get as far as I can.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. No, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
You're gonna kill people.
Dies of serial killer. Just be a serial killer. Just experiment. Killing. I don't know.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Wait, who says I was done?
Fuck you, I don't give a shit. You're done now.
My vape won't turn off. There it goes. What's my biggest pet peeve?
Yeah.
This is a bad question for me because I don't ever think about that, and nothing really gets to me. So I don't.
Vapors.
Yeah, dude, I vape hard, dude. Do you see that sick ass cloud? I call that the vape break.
Dude, that's a sick idea. If I won the $1 million, but I was gonna die in a year, I would just spend it on a sick fucking RV and just travel around the U.S.
Yeah,
just fucking.
That'd be cool, but you can only go in the U.S. And there's like a lot of cool things in the U.S., but there's like a lot of cool things. Oh, I want to go to Egypt. I'm sorry for screaming. I want to go to Egypt.
I've been around the world though, so.
Yeah, but not like really around the world. There's so many fucking. I want to go.
Yeah, dude. We'll pick up Sleazy. We'll pick up Booney, and we'll just stream it the whole fucking.
That
US
sounds
trip.
fucking awful. That does sound like Ice Poseidon, and that was shit.
Exactly.
I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Moscow. I want to go to. I actually want. I would go to Thailand to play with some fucking
Golden boy.
elephants. No elephants.
Yeah,
Uh,
but the elephants in Thailand, you have to be really careful. Like a lot of those are fucking like super abused. So you have to go to like the actual like reservations. You can't just go to like the elephant parks or whatever.
yeah, I'd go to the reservations then. Oh, and then right before you die. Oh yes, okay. Right before you die, you got 1 day left until the end of the year. Okay, you go on like a safari in Africa and just charge at a fucking lion and just let that shit kill you. Oh, that'd be the sickest way to go out. Hell yeah. Yeah. Shoot all the endangered elephants, sleazy? What? That's messed up.
Fuck, Slizzy.
That's messed
Would
up.
you want? Would you want to know when you're gonna die?
Frag movie. Would I want to know if I'm gonna die? When?
Yep.
No. No, I wouldn't. That
Really?
would no, because I have so much anxiety. Like thinking about that and knowing would kill me. I think. Like that's how I would die from knowing that I'm gonna die. That would kill
I think
me.
I would want to. I think I would want to know when, but not how.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even want to know when.
Because if it was when, it would just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna enjoy my life until that day. But if it was how, I would be like, I can never go around that ever again. And then you'll be like super paranoid and freaky all the time. I think I would want to know when, but not how.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to know when. That would
Because
like.
if I knew when, then I'd have all the power. I could be like, fuck it, I'm not waiting until that day. Boom, and then
That's not what. No,
hey, it's an option.
you're just playing fate. Well, if you knew when, then if you're shooting yourself in the head, that would be when you were going to die. You don't have the power because you can't play fate. If you know how you're going to or when you're going to die, then obviously any gun that you shot at your head would just fucking unload itself or some shit because that wouldn't be when you're going to die. Who told you when you're going to die? Was it God? You can't play God.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. If you knew when and you shot yourself now, that's like paradoxical, man.
yeah, that's fair. Like to an extent, I guess.
Feels amazing, man. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't want to know when. I just want to go out when I'm supposed to go out, and it just happens. And I want it to. I mean, I can tell you how I'd want to go out. I want to be old as fuck, like really fucking old. I want to live as long as I possibly can. And I'm the kind of person that would want to live forever. Because I enjoy knowledge, and I think that's how you get knowledge is just by experiencing and getting old and learning.
I don't
And
think I would want to live further.
all right, we can talk about that. And yeah, I'd want to live as long as I can, and just like learn as much as I can. And I need to turn off notifications. Oh yeah, I need to change the title. Thanks, Booney. And how do I change the title? Yeah, and then I want to die like when I'm old in my sleep, like feeling that I've been successful with my life and like having a family and shit. How about you?
Were we talking about whether I'd want to live forever?
How you want to die?
Oh, how I want to die. I didn't realize we're on this topic.
Yeah.
How I would want to die? Probably something just like something fast.
Like how and when?
How and when?
Yeah. When will you be content with dying?
It's a good question. For me, probably not till the end. I don't know, because there's just so much that Like even when I've been in my darkest place, like my most like depressed and anxious place, I've never been like. I mean, yeah, I've been like, damn. Like I've had suicidal thoughts, but I've never been like, I should just end it. Like I'm going to end it all because I just always have so much shit that I want to do. Like there's always things that I'm like, man, I can't wait to experience this. I can't wait to go do that. I can't wait to fucking I don't know see a show or something.
Yeah.
There's just a lot that I want to experience. So
Yeah, I totally agree. I wouldn't want to
probably when
like.
I get old. I don't know. I don't want to get too old though. I don't
Oh,
want to
I
get
do.
like old and decrepit.
I do. I think that's part of life that you need to experience. And yeah, I'd want
I
to.
mean, I see the romanticism for it, and I see the beauty in it, but at the same time, just
Everything's so fucking romantic for me. Always. Like everything has to be the most romantic, like it's written by like a Russian author. Like I don't know.
you want to reincarnate. Like, imagine if I was Chief Keeper in the next life. Sleazy, shut the fuck up.
I mean that's reasonable. I mean that's not what we're talking about. You want to go to sleep and never wake up? Yeah, that's how I'd want to die. But um, at the end, I want to experience everything that I can, and like when I feel like I've done enough and that I've been successful enough and I've gotten everything that I could like reasonably want in life, that's when I want to die. Which I don't know when that'll be because I'm so like I want everything. I want to experience everything that like the world has to offer.
I'd say probably when I'm like 70. I'd say 70 is a pretty good age.
70? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty young, man.
Maybe 80, pushing it. I don't know.
I feel like 70 is kind of young. Like that's like when you're starting to get old, I think, 70. You're not even that old. And, you
You're
know,
pretty fucking old. If you're not doing anything, like you're pretty fucking old.
if you're not doing
I don't
anything,
know. If I was like, I'd say probably 80 is pushing it for me. Probably 80 is the max I'd go if I won. Like if I could pick.
110 is kind of young. I'm hoping I live that long. I'm hoping by the time we get old, the life expectancy is like much higher. And I'm thinking it will be. I'm hoping to live to like minimum 100.
I'm either hoping to live until we get to the point where we're in like the futuristic scenario that we all think about all the time, or like if that's just not gonna happen in our lifetime, I'm just like, whatever.
Like, all right, I've been here long enough. Goodbye.
Yeah. Like if I'm like 80 and that shit is nowhere near sight, I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. But if we don't get to that point, like probably the next 10, 20 years, like our world's gonna go to shit anyways, probably.
I don't know. We always go through dark periods and then we rebound as a race, human race.
Yeah, but our lifetime's gonna suck ass.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is. We were born in this lifetime, so. Sleazy, you just don't. You provide the worst insight ever. Every message, it's like the worst possible message you could possibly send. uh, I don't know. I was talking about this with someone else a few days ago. They were like, "The world's going to shit, and like the world's gonna end because it's so shit right now." And I'm like, "No." You know, they were saying that we're like degrading as humans, and we're like just worse off than we were in the past, like the recent past. And like I can see where they're coming from, sort of. I think that like intellectually and like obviously scientifically, we're far better off now. I feel like people are smarter in general than they were in the past. But I think we're also far more lazy and distracted, like really distracted. and like I feel like we're definitely into like I need to stop saying like we're into a doomer generation where people are just they feel like they're doomed and there's no future and just no drive in people and I don't know. I feel like the drive in people in the majority of people has gone away and everyone's just content with just trying to be content in their life and not pushing for something greater. I think. And we're all distracted by technology, obviously. We're taking advantage of it. It's not being used as it should be, I think.
All right, that's fair.
What do you think?
I was just gonna start the next conversation, to be honest.
Okay. You don't have
Was
any like insight into that? You don't have an opinion?
I mean, I'd say you summed it up pretty well.
Okay.
Jamie. I was gonna say, would you rather lose your leg or your arm?
I'd lose
Like
my
a
leg.
leg or an arm, yeah.
Leg. Just because,
Really?
yeah, I think that's easy because I think prosthetic legs are probably more useful than prosthetic arms. Like, I could just get a prosthetic leg and be okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't want to lose an arm. That's I use
I don't
that.
know. They do have those like random. They do have those prosthetics for arms that like they put sensors on your nerves and they can
Yeah.
feel when the nerves are contracting, so
Yeah.
like the fingers move. And you can like there are people that like play instruments and like cut things and stuff right now.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a lot less. You know, you need like fine motor skills, and you can't have as fine of motor skills with a prosthetic arm as just using your legs to walk. Like, I don't need as fine of motor skills in my legs, I think. Yeah. They're definitely making like big. I've seen recently, like big strides in the arm prosthetics. I saw a video of a kid just taking his prosthetic out of a box and just putting it on his stump, and it was already like working, and he could control his fingers individually, and that's like insane. That you can just put it on and it works. And you know, people are like 3D printing arms, prosthetic arms, and I've seen prosthetic arms made of Legos that work.
Would y'all be done for cybernetic enhancements on your body?
I would.
Probably,
I would.
yeah. To an extent. I mean, they're like, of course, you can get into the crazies where you start putting like fucking guns and shit in people's arms. But
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd like.
well, that's a slippery slope with like anything like that. Is like once you start allowing some things, it's kind of hard to like not. It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to regulate and reinforce things. It's kind of like the same thing with the 3D printers. Like people were just out making guns with them as soon as they hit the market.
I mean, they make guns with them, but you can regulate the guns to make you can make it illegal, and they're gonna be there, but it's not gonna be like a widespread thing. Down for a Glock 18 coming out of your forearm? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
man.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as the people who want it done have access to that product, like it's gonna happen anyways. So like as soon as like you start allowing cybernetic enhancements and shit, people are gonna start putting guns in their arms and like bombs in their stomachs and shit like that.
I mean, yeah, but you're not gonna avoid that progress just so that doesn't happen. Like, it's gonna happen no matter what. So it's like, I mean, people have to come up with that and build it and know that it works. I mean, I don't know why you would put a gun in your arm, considering you have hands and you can just put the gun in your hand.
Because people couldn't tell, like, you could just like be walking around like a normal person and just walk up to someone and be like, bang, and just kill them.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know if that's particularly useful. But, I mean, yeah, I guess that's a thing. But I'd want, like, cybernetic, like, eyes and shit that are highly advanced that I can see more accurately with and, like, decipher between things better. And
I mean, yeah, I feel like things like that would be useful, but as soon as you open it up, it's gonna be a slippery slope that's gonna lead to shit that you're not gonna want.
yeah, I mean, it's the same with any kind of huge technological advancement. There's always things that you don't want that come out of it, but you you still pursue it anyway. It's like AI. Like there's a slippery slope of like AI becoming sentient and stuff, but you don't not study AI.
I mean,
People are still going to study it.
true.
They're still going to make AI. Yeah, I'm get a brain mod to fix your depression. That could be a serious thing. That like yeah, I don't see why that. You know, if you can find the root of the depression and treat it with some kind of modification to your brain, I don't know. Put something in your brain that can just give you serotonin as you need it. You see? And I'd want something like in my hands that would uh, increase my fine motor skills like incredibly, because you know fine motor can, you know, we have good fine motor skills as humans, but they could be better. Shut up, sleazy. Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
In the future, if they made steroids like legal and there was no drawbacks on them whatsoever, would you use them?
No drawbacks, like health wise.
Yeah. Like
Absolutely.
there's no negatives, there's no nothing.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I could just make myself a stronger human with no drawbacks, absolutely. I think I I I think with steroids, I actually think they should be legal. And I think the world's top athletes are using them anyway, because if you want to be the absolute best, you're going to do anything you can to be the absolute best. And when you're at the top, the only difference between the people at the top is really like genetics, and it's like very small. Everyone's working as hard as they can to be the absolute best. So if everyone's taking steroids,
The reason not is that, like, I don't know. I don't think I would want my body to get.
you
Because
wouldn't want what?
I think I might use them, but in like moderation. I don't think I would want my body to get to that level of like giganticism, because like
Well,
there are bodybuilders that like can't even wipe their own ass because their fucking shoulders and backs are so fucking huge.
steroids don't make you big. The people that take steroids to be like bodybuilders that take steroids, all they train for hypertrophy too. It's not all just taking steroids and you get big. You have to train for hypertrophy. You have to work your muscles in a certain way, and taking steroids just makes it easier. You can be strong as hell and you get big, but you can be strong as hell just taking the steroids and not get huge like a bodybuilder. It just it'll just make you stronger. So as long as you're not training like a bodybuilder, steroids don't just make you big. You have to bodybuilders take steroids and they work out like fucking crazy, like insane workouts, and that's
If
how
you
they
take
get that big.
steroids, you get something called like bubble gut or something like that. You're gonna have a good.
Well, not if there's no health drawbacks. That was the deal.
Well, I'm talking about sleazy right now.
Oh yeah.
If you could take steroids while retaining a lean body, I mean, you'd have to do something that's like
Well, you do
like
stay
archery or
lean.
something.
You do stay lean. They're lean as fuck. They're like, you can get down to like 5% body fat, but you're not gonna
Well,
look
that's
lean.
just based off of your diet.
Yeah, you're not gonna look lean. I mean, you do. It's weird. Um. Yeah, I would take steroids. Would you? You're just asking questions.
Like I said, I would in moderation,
Just in
but I
moderation.
wouldn't want to get like
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to be like fucking gigantic.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Although if probably everyone would be taking steroids, everyone's getting huge. You just gotta be bigger. But yeah, you would have to work out. Steroids aren't enough. You have to take the steroids and work out like mad. The best bodybuilders work out like so hard. Like the Olympians, they work out so hard. Mr. Olympia, not Olympians.
Well, yeah, they work out every day.
Yeah,
Like multiple hours every single day, like 2 or 3 times every single day.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it does more than that. It lets you work out harder and just
Floods your body with testosterone.
yeah, it does a lot of things that help you in getting bigger. I mean, build the biggest shoulders, just get these boulders that you won't see on a natural bodybuilder. It's like not possible. You'll never see a natural bodybuilder, no matter how hard they work out, be at the same level as a bodybuilder that takes steroids, or a weight lifter that takes steroids, or a power lifter that takes steroids. No matter what. As long as they both work out, equally.
Yeah. If you could learn any skill, like you could just pick any skill and you could learn it, what skill would you pick?
Well, that's a hard question. There's so many things that I want to do. I want to like play piano. I want to play the guitar. I want to do leatherworking. I want to do woodworking. That's a hard question. Do you know what you would do while I think about it?
What skill I would pick?
Yeah.
I was thinking like a trade, like something that I could do from coding or like carpentry or something like that, like underwater fucking welding, something like that.
How far into fantasy can we get? Whatever you want, dude.
I mean, if we're talking about fantasy skills,
any skill.
Okay, I'll say legit and fantasy skills.
Okay.
If it was a legit skill, probably something realistic like coding or something. Because then I could just work from wherever the fuck I wanted. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted, really.
Yeah.
Like fantasy skill, probably like some form of like crafting, like making shit.
Yeah. That's your fantasy skill?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Like what? Like
I don't
blacksmithing?
know, like magical trinkets or some shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty fantasy. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Like I would make like cool shit that like made things easier, like made people's lives easier or something.
Okay.
Yeah, like an enchantment kind of dude. I'd make like magic enchantments. Or I'd make like cool ass like magic swords or fucking whatever the fuck I wanted, really.
I don't know if I can think of a fantasy skill that I'd have. I don't know. It's not something that I don't know that I care about.
I was definitely thinking of like a craft, like blacksmithing or something like that. But I think making magical.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't do like coding, just because that sounds like it's obviously a really good skill to have, and you can make good money doing it. But it would be so boring.
Yeah, but like if you knew it, like if you just had the skill, all of it, all the knowledge, you could literally just do it while watching movies or something. You could just like write in your fucking sleep.
That's true. I don't know, but I think I'd want to do or learn something that is more. I don't know, something I'm more interested in. That I don't necessarily have to make money from it. I mean, you could make money from it if you're like a world-class woodworker. I would do.
That's what I'm saying. Like you basically master any skill that you get to pick. You just master it completely.
Yeah, it wouldn't be coding just because I feel like I wouldn't enjoy that very much.
I don't think I would enjoy like the actual coding part, but I think I would enjoy like the results.
Yeah.
Like being able to do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I get that. There's tons of people that love coding. It's just not something I thought I was interested in it, and I'm not.
Because if you're a master coder, you could easily make over like you could probably make like millions of dollars a year.
Yeah, you can make a ton. Just make some apps that are useful. Sell those, shit like that. Yeah, but that's not what I would do.
Either no, actually, I changed my mind. It'd be a mix between I don't know. I can't decide. It'd probably be a stock market manipulation,
Yeah, I mean that's
like learning how to manipulate and like profit off of like the stock market.
that's
Because then
smart.
I could take that money and do whatever the fuck I wanted,
Yeah,
learn whatever the fuck I wanted.
that's smart. That's true. But I feel like I'd want to be.
Exactly. Wolf of Wall Street featuring Brazen.
Yeah,
That'd be me, bro.
I don't know. I feel like there's certain skills that, like, even if you had all the money in the world from working in the stock market, you wouldn't be able to like fully master it for a very long time. Like really difficult skills. So like, I don't know.
I mean, you're right, but at the same time, you could like you wouldn't be able to master them, but you could do them.
Is architecture a skill?
Yes.
I would probably learn something like architecture because I feel like if you make, I feel like architecture is so cool because it's like you can make these buildings that, especially if you make something iconic that just the whole world knows and they'll like travel to a different city just to see it. Yeah, if you just make the best designs in the world and you know the entire world wants to see all of your creations. I don't know. I think, and they're like, you know, they're the biggest possible creative thing you could make. I mean, if you're making giant buildings, like if you're making cathedrals or something, that's like the largest creative thing you could do.
I mean,
That's what I'd
yeah.
want to do. I think that's what I like personally because I'm interested in architecture anyway. That's probably
I'd
what I
rather
would do.
just pay someone to make me something super cool, to be honest. I mean, I
Yeah,
understand like again the romanticism behind it and making your own thing because I mean that's what my fantasy skill would be is just making shit. But at the same time, I could just do literally whatever I wanted off of either of my options. Because in the real world, stock market manipulation, if you're a master at that, you can make fucking infinite amounts of money.
well, if you're a master architect, you make a lot of money too.
Right, but if you're a master stock market manipulator, like a manipulator, you could do it for like a couple hours a day and walk home with like millions and millions and millions of dollars like every day.
Right. You know, I get it. It's just I guess it's just different outlooks on life because you're paying other people to make these things for you, which is fine, but you're not, you know, you're not putting any of your creativity into it. If you're the master architect that makes these beautiful buildings, it's your creativity going into it, and that's what I
Well,
want.
I understand why you picked it. The reason I didn't pick that is because I don't know if I would particularly love any one skill. If I had the money, I could just be like, fuck it, I want to buy my own little workshop for this. I want to buy my workshop for that. I could be like, I want to try out woodworking. Fuck it. Like, I don't really like woodworking that much. I want to go try blacksmithing. Oh, I don't really like blacksmithing. Oh,
Well,
I fucking love jewel crafting, like, or making jewelry and shit. And then you just start making fucking watches or something. I don't know.
yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't know if you necessarily need as much money as being a master manipulator of the stock market.
You don't, but at the same time, I could have as much money. I could really pursue whatever I wanted. I wouldn't have to focus on any. Like, I wouldn't have to be like, I have to do this to survive. I could just be like, I can do whatever. I could literally not work. I could do whatever I want.
Yeah, that's true.
Because once you make like I don't know, fuck like 100 mil, you literally would never have to work ever again. None of your like if your kids weren't fucking stupid, like the rest of your line would you just fucking invest all of it and you'd get back like 6 million every single year.
Yeah,
That's 6%.
yeah. I mean,
6 million a year. I mean, like,
someone would
yeah,
fuck with
someone would
you.
definitely fuck it up, but at the same time, it's like,
I don't know. I feel like if you're making, I I I get what you're saying. I think it's just the romantic in me, definitely, because I feel like you'd make enough money as an architect, as like the world's greatest architect, let's say, if that's what we're going after. Like you've
I don't
mastered
think
this.
you could ever be able to make as much money as a master stock manipulator
No,
because there's
no, not definitely not.
infinite more funds with the stock. Because I
No,
could literally like if
that's
you're a
not.
master stock manipulator in 1 year, you could easily clear 100 mil
Yeah,
and be
no,
like,
that's
I'm
not.
just gonna invest all that and not do anything.
That's
I
not what
would
I'm
just
saying
make
at
it again.
all. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying at all. I don't think you would make nearly as much money, but you can make a lot of money, enough to also be able to pursue other skills if you wanted to.
Yeah, but your full time job would be architecture. Like you'd be working more than 40 hours a week if you're a master because you'd be like obsessed with it. You'd be like, fuck it, I need to like make this sick ass bridge. So like even though you would like have the money, you wouldn't have the time.
Well, if you're obsessed with it, that's fine then. If that's what you want to do.
I mean, yeah, if you fucking absolutely love it, but I don't know. I've just not tried so many things. I would want to try like a billion different things.
I think you'd be able to. I think once you make enough money, you don't have to continue doing architecture if you want to try other things. And I don't think you'd have to work a ton. I mean, you drop the designs and you're not the one building it. I don't know. I definitely see the merit in just doing stock market and doing the playing the stock market, and
you'd have to get like someone like a prince from fucking Saudi Arabia to pay you to build shit because I just looked up like the top 10% of architects and it's like 130,000.
no, I know. I'm
You'd have to make like the next Taj Mahal or some shit.
that's what I'm talking about though. Like if you're like the absolute, if you master architecture, which I don't think is possible because obviously there's, a lot of each person that goes into each building, and it's like all based on your creativity, but mastered architecture, like you're the one that people go to if they want the absolute best.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you would do pretty well. I think you'd make more than $150,000, a lot more, because the world's best architects, I know for a fact, make a lot more than that. If you're just like architects, that's a wide ranging like name.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're an architect, you're making, you're building houses, you're making just apartment buildings. You need an architect for that. Like, I don't know. If you're the world's best, you're making the Burj Khalifa. You're drawing up the Burj Khalifa, or you're drawing up the Empire State Building, or whatever.
True.
So yeah, I think that's definitely the romantic in me talking, and like thinking that that's the best idea. But that's what I think I would do. That sounds the most fulfilling to me. Is because this is kind of going off of the topic, but like what I want in life is to make the biggest difference in the world that I can, and like make a difference for everyone, if possible. So like having your creations around the world, just seems like possibly the best way to do that as a creative person.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. That's fair. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one more question, and I'm gonna get to bed.
Okay.
Would you rather be the smartest moron or the dumbest genius?
I don't like that question. I think that's a dumb question. It doesn't make sense. What's a dumb genius?
Just like you would just know that you're like the least smart genius. I think I'd rather be the smartest moron, because then like you would just be like, hey, I'm just like you wouldn't really care, I guess, at the same point.
Ask another question. I don't like that one. I feel like that's hard to expand on.
Mm, what does that mean? Would you rather be the smartest moron or the dumbest genius? Meaning, like, would you rather be the best of being shit, or would you rather be the worst of being the best? Like, would you want to be the best of like shit tier, or like the mediocrity of like professional?
I mean, if you're the best of, or if you're the worst of the best, you're still one of the best. So I'd probably want to be uh, the worst, the dumbest genius. I don't think there is an example of a dumb genius. It doesn't really make sense. Like
It's like a question that you have to like extrapolate on a little bit.
work, like it doesn't make sense the way it's worded. Like I understand what they're trying to ask, but I don't know. Do you have another question? I'd want to be the dumbest genius, even though it doesn't make sense for a genius to be dumb.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Okay.
I just saw it on the random thing, but I'm gonna add to it a little bit. If you would you rather have the best job, like you just fucking absolutely love it, but it pays absolutely nothing, or would you rather have a job that you hated, but pays like I don't know, like $1 million a year or something?
Okay. Uh, yeah, this is like a big thing for me. I would absolutely like to have a job that I love that doesn't pay well, because I would
Like you'd be poor, like you. I mean, you'd still live, but you would be poor. Like you wouldn't be like
I'd rather be poor
middle
and have a
class.
job that I love. 100%. I would not. I struggle so much working jobs that I don't like, and I don't think being rich would help with that. I would have to have a job that I enjoyed, and being poor, like, that's fine as long as I love my job. If that's something that I'm doing, like if I loved it, I would probably spend most of my time on it, and being poor wouldn't really matter as much.
I feel like as an adult, yeah, like Sleazy said, but in a more professional way of saying it. I feel like Sleazy. I agree with him. I'd rather work at one job for like 5 or 10 years, because as an adult, like 5 or 10 years, like time fucking flies right now. Like it's ridiculous how fast time is flying. I don't even remember the last couple years, like at all. I'd rather just like, well, it's not that I don't remember, but it's just blown by so fast. I don't remember it going by so fast. I'd rather work at like that job for like 5, 10 years, make 5 or 10 million, invest all of it, and then get like a job that I would just absolutely love, even if it paid for like fucking shit.
So you can
And,
switch.
yeah, I mean, I never put any rules on it, but I'm
Okay.
saying like, would you? Because like some people wouldn't want to do
Because I'm thinking
like
like
any
for
time in
if
a
you
job that they would hate.
I'm thinking like you choose one and that's what you do for the rest of your life. That's what I was thinking. Like you're because if you can just do the shit job for a while and make a lot of money, and
I
then
mean, if you're
go
doing a
do
shit
what you
job,
want to do, yeah, I do that. 100%.
yeah, I mean, if you're making like, I'm not saying like in the question, I wasn't like you have to work at this job for the next 40 years or something. It's just like, would you rather do something? Because a lot of people would be like, no, I'd just rather do something I love. I wouldn't want to spend like do any job that I would hate. Like this is jobs that you would like go into work and just soul crushingly hate. Like you
Yeah.
would just utterly hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't I mean if I could I would rather have a job that I love that I make less money on, but if I can just go do that shitty job for a bit to have some money and then go do what I love, I would do that. Because
I mean, fuck. Even
obviously
sorry.
having that money like saved up and then doing what you love, like it's a good trade-off to like, I think. to deal with that like shitty job for a bit because you know if you know that you can go do what you love after. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, even if you worked there for a year and you got like an amazing fucking return yield of like 6% or something, like a fucking insane return yield, that's still like anywhere between $40,000 to $60,000 of just like extra disposable income. You could literally just like work there for at minimum a year and make like anywhere between 25 to $60,000 a year, depending on the percentage of your interest yield.
Yeah. So
Usually,
you.
it's minimum like 2.5%, so you could make as low as 25,000. But
Yeah. So if you can just switch to doing what you love and making not making money, you wouldn't be poor because you have money from the shit job. So yeah, I would do that. But if I had to choose just one, I could only choose one, and that's what I had to do. It would definitely be something that I love and be poor, 100%.
yeah,
Because I wouldn't want to just have a shitty job for the rest of my life. I mean, people do that, and they're unhappy, and I wouldn't want to be unhappy and have money. I'd rather have no money and be happy.
if you couldn't switch, I'd probably want. Yeah, I'd probably want to do the job that I absolutely love, but would be like poor.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you couldn't switch, I don't know. That question is like cool at the same time, but it's also kind of shit at the same time because if you were at a shitty job that made a bunch of money, eventually you'd just be like, "Fuck it, I don't want to do this job anymore." You just stop and just live off of like the residual income because you'd have like a million saved. But I
Yeah.
feel like
I think
I, I
I
feel like
feel like
that's dangerous.
I feel like that question is supposed to be like that's what you get to do for your life. Like that's what you get to do for the rest of your life. You either work a shitty job and hate it, or and make a lot of money, or uh, you do something that you love and you make no money, and that's your life choice. I feel like that's where the question is
If it's just a
supposed to
40
fit.
hour, if you're only working 40 hours a week at both jobs, I'd probably work the shitty job. Yeah, and try to retire. Because like even though work would suck, you would still get all the time of being off of work. Plus, like if you're getting paid that much, you're in like some fucking crazy ass job where you get like crazy fucking vacation. Like you get like months and months off of work or some shit. Because to be making that high level of like money, you'd have like a CEO
Well,
something. So like even though
yeah,
the job itself would suck,
yeah,
you'd still be making so much money and like all the time off of work, like not 40 hours a week. You could just spend doing whatever the fuck you wanted, buying, doing whatever the fuck you wanted. I'd probably do the shitty job. Because I mean, if it's just 40, like it would suck having to deposit 40 hours of your like life every single week. But you'd be able to be like, fuck it, like I'm gonna go on vacation for like 3 months and just go spend like a bunch of money and go do whatever you want, like every year. So it's just like, or like multiple times a year or something. Because like some CEOs fucking work like weeks out of the year.
yeah. I guess. I feel like if you hate it, it's probably because you
I
don't
mean, there could
like
be
it.
a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the job is like killing small children or something.
Jesus Christ, that took a really fucking dark turn real fast.
Because I
I,
mean, if
I mean, it could literally be anything, but at the end of the day, I think I would rather do that. If it's only 40 hours a week, if that's time constraint is in there, then I would rather do the shitty job and get paid like millions a year than like work a shitty job for because it's still 40 hours a week regardless. You're still putting in the time, even though you would love like to put in that time. Excuse me.
well, if it's a
Even if you
job
would
that
love
you
putting in that time.
love, like, is it like just a good job that you like really like doing and like, or is it like what you want to do for the rest of your life? Like this is your passion kind of
Yeah,
job.
like
Well, then I'd
uh
because if it's like your passion, like that's I feel like that's what you'd want to do. Or
probably not
that's what I'd want
passion
to do.
because I feel like that's too obvious of an answer. It's probably like it's one of those things like the job would not like you would not end up killing yourself over the job, but you would just fucking hate yourself all the time, like every single day, Like imagine like you're just a CEO and you're just having to fire like fucking pregnant women. Just like fuck it, like I want to make more money or something. Like
Uh-huh.
just soul crushing. Like the company needs to make more money. I'm getting this demand on the stockholders. I have to just fire this like pregnant woman, single mother of like 3 or something.
And you have to kill her children.
No, you don't have to fucking kill anyone. You just have to fire them.
Uh,
So I definitely say the shitty job. Because if I'm not gonna kill myself from it, and if it's not gonna be the passion of my life, I think I'd rather just work the shitty job.
yeah, I mean, if it's not my passion, I don't know.
What if your job was that you had to suck dick for 40 hours a week? I mean, that's not part of the question. If you had a job that was like terrible, I think if you were making millions every week just sucking dick, you'd probably like either come to either love it or just like phase it out of your fucking like mind.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay, we're getting off onto a side tangent, and I'm just gonna go to bed.
What's wrong with side tangents?
I'm just tired. I'm just really tired.
Okay.
And the obvious answer for me is no. I would not suck dick for hours. So
Yeah, me either. I would just find some other normal job.
even if I got paid millions, I don't think I would want to suck dick for 40 hours a week. That's so much dick. That is more dick in an entire lifetime than I would ever. I don't even want to see my own dick that much in a lifetime.
Sleazy's like, tired of sucking dick? Like, no, I would never get tired of sucking dick.
Sleazy's always down for a good time. All right, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, I guess that's the end of episode 1 of General Shit.
Thanks for coming out.
Because Brazen's
Tony,
tired.
Sleazy.
How long is
Tony,
that? How long?
I don't know.
An hour and 7 minutes. Yeah, that's bitch shit. Stop
It's
sleeping.
fucking almost 1 a.m. Like it's not my fault we didn't start this until almost midnight.
I mean, it kind of is because you said let's do it tonight.
Yeah, but I was just expecting to like get on and talk about like 2 questions, not go on for fucking ever.
What kind of?
I didn't think we were gonna like actually do the first episode. I thought we were just gonna like, test it out
Oh.
and see what worked and see what didn't work.
Oh.
But it's fine for me. I'm just really tired. Like I need to go to bed.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, Sleazy and Booney, and whoever else sees this.
Oh, also I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Oh.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Good night.
Thanks, guys. I have one nostril. All right. Thanks, Sleazy. Thanks, Booney. Thanks, Barb, if you watch this tomorrow or whenever. I tried. We'll probably do it again. I don't know how. I think we're gonna do it. Okay. Wait. I think we're gonna do it like what the fuck? I think we're gonna do it like once a week. And although I'm not sure, we might do it another time soon instead of waiting a week, just because that was the first time. Oh God, what the fuck is happening? So yeah, might do it like in a few days, just to like get some practice in instead of waiting a whole week, because we don't know what the fuck we're doing, and I don't know if I necessarily like the format of just asking random questions. I think we were more thinking of like starting off with that, and then going off onto tangents and sort of talking about whatever. We were gonna do like I think we might do like a book review, fun shit. You know, we're gonna both read the same book and talk about it. Have guests on. Yeah, I want to do that, but I don't have any like I don't know who to bring on. I think that's like a future plan. You know, I don't know. Once, maybe if we get like established, bring some guests on. I don't know who would want to be on the podcast right now. The Dinosaur community. No, not doing that. No, not oh, that's sick. You see that? Perfect. I planned that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was fun. I don't know if it was interesting. I hope it was interesting. But I wanna do more like tangenty stuff and just kind of go off and kind of talk just deeply about things. Which I don't know. Brazen was kind of. I think he's tired. He wasn't going as deep as he usually would, and really diving into a topic, which is kind of how we talk. And I think that's going to be the most interesting. Just sort of really diving into things and exploring. And I think I don't know. I have a lot going on in my mind. I think there's a lot to talk about. So, yeah, that's kind of the idea. Just kind of explore the world from my mind and Brazen's mind and whoever else wants to come on. But it was just the first episode, so it was nice trying it out and seeing what's good. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Bitch.